Pancit Palabok is a noodle dish great for parties and celebrations. It has three parts: the noodles, the sauce, and the toppings. Let's give it a vegan twist, shall we?
We have here some tofu frying. And I'm using here my trusty splatter screen. If you want a clean stove, if you don't want to make a huge mess, then I suggest getting one of these. The secret to frying tofu is to pat it dry before you fry it. Also, you do not want to overcrowd the pan. We are moving on to the other contents of our sauce. We're going to use about 4 cloves of garlic. So we are going to use half of the garlic for the saute and half of the garlic as a topping. Looks like our tofu is ready, so we will transfer that to a plate. To keep it crispy, we will sprinkle some salt, put the garlic, and we're going to use the same pan. So as you can see here, we have the fried garlic and the super fried garlic. This is just dark brown. This is going to be our topping, and this one is going to be part of the vegetable saute. We are going to use a different pan, a new pan. We're going to turn the heat on, and then while that's heating, we'll prepare the vegetables. I'm only going to need half. Cut it horizontally. Right there. Then we put oil now. So, just enough to cover the base of the pan. We have 2 kinds of vegetables in our sauce: green beans and the carrots. So we'll start off with the green beans. Now, bonus points if you can cut this the traditional way. It's slim, it's skinny, and it's diagonal. What I suggest is that will also do the trick is just to cut them into pieces. Cut the other end. It looks like our oil is ready, so we'll put the saute garlic here. While we're waiting for that to saute a little bit, we'll continue on with the green beans. Small cubes are fine. It will actually have a better crunch when you're biting into it. Then we put the onions. We will transfer the green beans. After that, we'll move on to the carrots. I like to use organic carrots because they're mildly sweeter. It's usually best to cut a slice off so that you can have a flat surface. Then cut that horizontal and then cut it lengthwise. While we are cutting the vegetables, we will get the broth of the sauce ready. So we have here a pot of about 8 to 10 cups of water. We will turn back on. So it's already hot, but we'll put it into a boil. We'll add the carrots. So basically you want equal amounts of green beans and carrots. And while we're sauteing that, we'll add a little bit of sea salt, just a little bit. So we saute for about 3 to 5 minutes. While we are waiting for our water to boil, we will grab the cornstarch here and add a little bit of water. The reason why we want to dissolve cornstarch, this is going to be our thickening agent for our sauce. So we'll just grab one of these so we can dissolve it completely, because if we add cornstarch directly to the pot, it will create a lot of lumps. So once that's completely dissolved, we'll move on to our coloring agent, which is anatto powder, otherwise known as achuete. This will provide the reddish orange hue to our sauce. And then we mix it. Probably we're gonna add, all in all, 1/4 cup. And you can get this at Asian stores, Filipino stores. I got this at Island Pacific Filipino store. So while we're dissolving that, it looks like this is done. So we're gonna turn off the heat here and we'll move on because we already have a boiling pot of water. So we're gonna pour the cornstarch bit by bit. Constantly stir. As you could see, the viscosity of our soup is getting thicker. We would want it even thicker, so we're gonna add a few more here. We're gonna add our vegetable broth. We'll start off with 2 to 3 tablespoons. This is vegetable broth powder. It is chicken flavor. It doesn't have any animal products, but it does have that chicken flavor to it. It is vegan. The reason why I like to use chicken flavor is because it will have that reminiscent of the palabok taste that I grew up eating in the Philippines. If you do not want to go that route, regular vegetable broth will be just fine. Now it's time to put our natural food coloring. We will put bit by bit. So I'm gonna pour it in to have that reddish orange. So far, we have added 6 to 7 tablespoons of anatto powder or achuete. Now it's time to taste it. So this is the 8th tablespoon. See if it has enough vegetable broth. It needs more vegetable broth. So we're gonna add about 2 to 3 more tablespoons. This is when you adjust the flavor, adjust the amount of vegetable broth that you put into your sauce. It's very good. Seems like we're almost done here. Let's turn off the stove and we will combine the vegetables with the sauce. So we pour the sauce to the pan. Just a few for now. And we put the tofu. Turn back the heat on to low heat because the sauce was already boiling. We just want everything to simmer all together. Probably put a little bit more of the sauce here. It's okay now if the sauce is a little soupy because later on, because of the cornstarch, it will get thicker. In fact, once it gets cold, it gets really lumpy. So make sure you just put it back to the stove and heat it again so that it will loosen up. The many different textures of the vegetables, from the carrots to the green beans to the tofu, provides a wonderful crunch. Turn off the heat and our sauce is done. Now moving on to the noodles. The wonderful thing about palabok is that the noodles doesn't require a lot of cooking. In fact, all you need is just to soak it in water and it will get soft right away. Just make sure that there are no dirt. You just want to clean it up some more. This is rice and cornstarch noodles. You can grab this at any Asian and Filipino stores. I got this at Island Pacific. They have an aisle for it. Just look for the pancit noodles and you'll find this. So we're gonna grab this container and one of these strainers and scoop out the noodles. And there you have it. We have one big container of Pancit Palabok noodles. And we will quickly blanch it in boiling water. Our water is boiling. We turned it off. We switched the pots here. Transfer it all the way there. And within a minute, we want to remove it. So basically, we just want to make sure that we quickly blanch. And then we're going to transfer it here. It's all right if it has a little bit of water in it because the noodles will absorb it anyway without it being too soggy. Now we have a bed of noodles ready. And we are going to put a little bit of sauce to incorporate in the noodles. We're going to scoop out from the extra bowl of soup that we have that didn't have any veggies in it. So we're pouring a little bit of that and then mix it. So basically we just need a little bit of the flavor to get into the noodles. All right, it looks like we are ready for our toppings. We are going to scoop out the vegetables. Look at that. So festive, perfect for parties, big gatherings, potlucks. And this is not even done yet. We are still going to put more on top. I found this at Island Pacific. There is a vegan chicharon, which is vegan pork rinds. This is such a revelation to me, and it's a Filipino product. So I was very stoked to find this. I just crushed them. They're originally in a bag of chips, or they were originally a bag of chips. So I would sprinkle on top. Now I understand if you want the healthier route and you don't want something processed like this, then I also crumbled some tofu for the same texture. And this pretty much, you just crumble the tofu by your hand and then fry the heck out of it. We are putting the green onions on top. And last but not the least, we're going to put some citrus. We are gonna add, last but not the least, the calamansi or the calamandin citrus. In the Philippines, this is what we use as garnish for our Pancit Palabok. We usually leave it up to the guests to squeeze it. It's part of the experience too. If you do not have access to calamansi, here in California, lemons are in season. And remember the garlic that we sauteed a while ago to have it extra fried? Well, we're gonna put that last on top here. And we are done. Doesn't that look festive to you? Okay, handaan time.
Looks good. Alright. I like the sauce.
Kasi siya yung idea niya yung lagyan muna yung noodles ng konti. Tapos, lagyan din ng sauce yung top sa ibabaw.
Hindi na nga makasalita sa sarap eh. It's really good. Daddy, you want some more?
More.
Second round. More daw siya.
Sa Pilipinas, binibili namin siya sa karinderya.
Oo.
Ilagay sa plastic bag.
Oo nga.
This is perfect for potlucks, for social gatherings, big parties. This will reassure that you will have a healthy option, a vegan Filipino option at your next get-together. Kain na! Let's eat!
I'm living inside my head. Got a two-bedroom place for them, but I'm all alone. Would you like to make my home your home? I can't share used to company.